Happy New Year! Oh my gosh, I just choked on my spit. What a great start. Hello, hi Junior, welcome in. How are you? Happy New Year. I'm very excited to get back into streaming. Um, yeah, happy 2020 part 7 real. That is what it feels like. But yeah, I haven't streamed in probably like a month now. I got a little bit busy. But I have some fun news. Well, fun news, and also, as expected, a lot of my other goals that I had are a little bit delayed. But um, yeah, Kai and I got a house. We bought a house. So yeah, we spent the last, like, we crammed in a bunch of paperwork and house buying things into the end of 2025. Um, which is pretty insane to say. Like, it took so long for it to really sink in. We're like halfway into the process, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this real?" Yay! Yeah, I know, right? I honestly didn't think this would happen for like another year or so at least. I was like, we're gonna take our time, but then we found something we liked, and our agent was super nice. It was someone that my family had worked with before, and she's pretty close with the family, so it was really exciting. And we've spent the last few weeks moving. We actually still have a little bit of moving left to do, but for the most part, we have like a lot of our essentials set up and stuff, which is very, very cool. So, yeah, we're gonna see if everything works out stream wise. Finally got connected to the internet. Was it Friday, I think? So it's been a couple days. So far, so good, although my stream did already die once. But let me know if everything sounds okay. I'm also gonna turn on some music. I tried not to touch settings, but I think some things got a little bit tweaked here and there. So let me know if everything sounds okay. Music might be a little bit quiet, but I'm not sure if that's just me. Um, yeah, in the meantime, so I was really hoping the first game of the year would be a game of some sort because a lot of my favorite games all got updates this week even. Um, Animal Crossing. I know everyone's been playing the new Animal Crossing update. I know I have. However, I play on the Switch Lite, which means I can't stream it unless I like literally put a hand cam or something, which I don't think people are gonna really want to watch. So Animal Crossing will not be something that I will stream. I was hoping to get Prosecca to work because Project Sekai they finally got the MySekai update, which kind of, if I were just doing MySekai, I think it would work. But the rhythm game part, which is the part that I really want to stream, I still cannot figure out how to get around the audio lag. I at least got it to a point where I know how much I need to change my settings so that it looks like it's not lagging, but then you can still hear the lag. Like when I'm tapping it, it's way behind the music. So, um, one thing I could do is just turn down the like haptic noises, like when I tap it. But I feel like that's part of the charm of the game. And also, I feel like I'm more likely to run into like copyright issues if I play the game and the music is playing, but then there's no like other sounds. You know what I mean? Um, so my workaround for that is going to be doodling some stuff inspired by MySekai. I actually saw this tweet that so in MySekai you can like get all the little like memory fragments of each of the characters, and someone posted a picture of them and were like, I want to eat them. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw each of the characters eating their own memory fragments. So I'll make a little like template thing, and then I think my goal is to do all of those characters. And we are starting from scratch, which means blank canvas. Nom. Yeah, exactly. That is the energy I'm going for. It's just the little chibis, and they're just like nom. So, yeah. Also, during the move, I I did lose my, not lose, I just can't find my phone stand. So right now, my phone is propped up on a couple of boxes on my desk. But that's also something exciting is in the new place, I can put my PC on the floor, which means my desk has a lot more space, and I can finally like actually use my second monitor. So this is my first time streaming with two monitors too, which also is incredibly exciting. There's also space on my desk for a little cushion for Cassie, so that is very cool. She can just chill here, and I don't have to worry about her like, well, I still have to worry about her jumping on my desk, but at the very least, it's like there's a space for her to jump up on. Um, yeah, so, oh, and I can pull up art references and stuff, so I can pull up pictures on my other monitor while I'm drawing. So now I have all these screens I can look at. But anyways, in the meantime, yeah, we'll start with Ichika. I feel like that just makes the most sense. I love her. She's also like the like main, kind of sort of the main face of the game. I don't know if that's still the case necessarily, but I know that was kind of their intention at the beginning. Yeah. Big, exciting things. I'm gonna make it a little chubby guy. And I kind of want him looking down. Don't come at me for my usage of guides. I don't know what I'm doing. You drew a rainbow. Nice. Rainbows are great. Actually, the day that, or like one of the first days that, after we moved, like kind of officially moved in, I did see a rainbow on the way here, which I was like, I love the idea of signs from the universe. I'm like, this feels like a good sign. I'm glad we got to squeeze that into 2025 too, because I don't know why. I think it was just nice to start with a clean slate. I think that's why. Also, we saw this like Chinese zodiac thing where it's like, oh, here are the most and least lucky zodiacs of 2026, or like the upcoming new year, right? Because technically we're still in the year of the snake until February. Sammy Do, more like Dammy Sue. Ha, got him. Hello. Got him. Hello, hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can stay connected to the Wi Fi long enough to stream. because it already disconnected once, but we'll see. How are you doing? How's your Sunday going? I'm drawing silly little things from a game that I played, but I can't stream because it's a rhythm game and I can't figure out how to get the audio to work. Ding! Yeah, that's my parents texting because I moved, but also my sister is moving this weekend too. She lives a little bit farther, but my parents went out to help her move to a new, I think it's an apartment now. She was living in this like ADU, um, but the landlord was like really, I think the best way to describe it is unprofessional. Like, so my sister is moving out because she was having bug problems at her place, and she kept bringing it up to her landlord, and they kind of just kept giving her bottles of Raid to see if it would help, and then it didn't. Um, and after like however many tries of trying to get rid of the bugs, which for my sister is a really big deal because she hates bugs. She finally was like, you know what, I think I want to move. So she was like, oh, can I break the lease? And the landlord was like, sure. So then in the meantime, the landlord was like, oh, I have some people who want to tour the place. Would you mind, like, are you available whatever day for a tour? And my sister was like, oh, like, I don't need to be there, right? Because she's just a tenant. She was like, oh, I have work that day, but you're welcome to tour if you want. And the landlord was like, oh, are you available to show them around? And my sister was like, not really, but like if you need me there, I can like leave work and then just go back to work after. But are you gonna be there? And the landlord was like, oh, I'm actually out of town. And they were like, wait, what? You're out of town, but you're having people tour the place? And like her intention, I guess, was to just let them tour by themselves, which I think doesn't quite work when there's someone living there. I don't know. And then also apparently the landlord didn't have an extra key. And so she was like, oh, can we borrow your key? And she was like, how do you own this place and not have a key? Like, I don't know. The whole situation just seemed kind of silly. But that being said, it is good that she is moving then, because now she doesn't have to worry about that. And I think because it's like a formal like apartment, like they're a lot more professional, whereas before it was kind of just like, you know, someone renting out this extra room behind their house. Like it was like a transformed garage, which was part of why there was a big bug problem. Yeah, she was not having it though. My sister, like I have a video of her coming at or she was fighting for her life against this bug in her bedroom. And I went to check on her because she was screaming for me, and she's like standing on a stool with a hand vacuum in one hand and a Swiffer in the other. And she's like waving it around frantically, trying to figure out like what to do about the spider on her ceiling. And being the great big sister that I am, I just left her there. I took a video and then I left her there. She was fine. She was a-okay. I don't know where that video is, but I know it exists. I feel like I tell this story all the time to like my aunts and uncles and everyone. But I don't know where that video is saved. Okay, she looks a little bit too excited. Maybe if I go like that. The eye shape seems both correct and incorrect for the character that I'm going for. I'm looking at the picture of her, like, chibi, just for reference, but I don't know if it's quite helping. I mean, it's helping, but it's not quite, I don't know. It's a funny story. It's a good story. I bring it up all the time. She's like, I hate bugs. She'll literally call us, like literally me or my parents, when she's getting home, just for moral support in case there is a bug. And I always tell her like, we're really far from you. There's nothing we can do if there's a bug. She's like, I know, but I like having someone kind of with me. She has a coworker that she's called to her house literally for the sake of killing bugs and stuff. Oh, did you see it? I added a new chat widget thing. It was a free chat widget by, I think it was Wasabi Studios. And it has cute little clouds and sparkles, and I thought it was really cute. So I added that. It took me quite a while to line it up because I was having trouble getting it into OBS. But yeah, I think it's cute. They had another one too. It was like a flowery theme. We're a phone app now? Yeah! You guys live in my phone. You're trapped. And there's nothing you can do about it. She's got such a little... Chica's got such a little light bulb shaped head. Like her hair just kind of... It's also a lot of like random little strands from her hair. I feel like that's a big part of her. No, I think I'm gonna skip that. Vibes in Sammy phone playing Pokemon Scarlet. Is that what you're up to right now? That sounds fun. You know what kind of sucks is like right before moving, I picked up Pokemon Go again, partially because my mom was playing or got back into playing a lot. She didn't really stop for that long, honestly. Or she kind of did, but she goes hard with Pokemon Go, which is really funny because she like doesn't know the first thing about Pokemon, but she just really enjoys Pokemon Go. So I kind of got back into it, and it worked out before because the apartment I was at before, I could reach 2 Pokestops from home. So like I could just spin them and Pokemon would spawn all the time and it was great. Now I'm in a relatively new development to the point where my address did not exist on Google until we kept suggesting it. So it's incredibly new. Half of the area is still in construction. The roads don't exist on maps. And so not only is there no Pokestop near me, there's no road near me. So there's no reason for Pokemon to spawn in my home. So yeah, I went on a walk yesterday, actually to get lunch because Kai stole my car. So I went on a walk yesterday and I was like, I need to play Pokemon Go. I need to satisfy this itch. Make a request to make your house a gym. I do want to do that. There's nothing, so everything around me is very like cookie cutter. Everything is just buildings that look identical. So I'm trying to think of what I can suggest as like a gym or a Pokestop that like they won't deny. Because literally everything around here is just other homes that look exactly like ours. Hi, Bacon. Yeah, it has been a while. I've been a little busy. We've been moving and stuff, so it's been really exciting. Pokemon Go came out 10 years ago. I know, it's insane. I was in high school when Pokemon Go came out. I was going into college, and I remember that was when my mom got into it too, was moving me into college. She saw me playing Pokemon Go and she was like, "Oh, what is that?" Like she was really curious. And then one thing led to another, and now she's kind of famous in our neighborhood. Her username is Pokemom. She actually has 2 accounts because right across the street from my parents' house is a gym. It started out as a Pokestop. It's a gym now. And she came up with the schedule to optimize the coins that she gets from each account. So she'll kick herself out every day and then put herself back in so that both accounts get as many coins as she can. So there's 2 Pokemoms, and all the neighbors I remember were like, oh my gosh, like one of them met her, one of the local like Pokemon Go players met my mom one time. He was like, oh my god, I thought you were a bot because I would walk over to the gym, I would put myself in, And then by the time I walked home, I would be kicked out already. Monumental Sammy Do household, that's the reason. True. I should just like put up my own sign and then make that a Pokestop. I have siblings younger than Pokemon Go. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I have cousins that are. Well, I have one cousin that's younger than Pokemon Go. The others are probably around the same age. I think they might be a little bit older. I think they were 2015. One of them might have actually been the end of 2014. I think she just turned. Oh my gosh, is she 11? She might be 11. No, there's no way, right? Oh my gosh, having young kids in your life really ages you. It just puts things in perspective. I feel like a fossil. Also, I'm one of the only cousins born pre-2000. So all of my siblings and cousins always send me those memes that are like, POV, your year starts with a 19, and it's like dinosaurs and stuff. I saw one yesterday that was like the reverse of that, where it was like, oh, POV, you're. Or they're like going around asking the coworkers, what year were you born? And they start with 20, and then they show like pictures of like iPad kids and Coco Melon and stuff like that. Sammy, when Pokemon Go Rowlet search? Like on stream? I feel like I would have to go somewhere, like go out and play Pokemon Go if I were to stream Pokemon Go, and I don't think I'm motivated enough to do that. I think I shared it at some point. I got a Rowlet hat while I was on my honeymoon, and I was wearing it all around Singapore, which was really fun. Kai and I saw it at the same time because we landed in Singapore, and right in the like on the other end of the airport, they have a Pokemon Center, like the store. So we landed. They were closing really soon, and so we booked it across the airport with all our luggage and everything, just to go check it out. And we made it, and we saw that hat, and Kai got it, and we weren't sure if he was gonna wear it or if I was gonna wear it. But then he put it on my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of cute. Like, I quite like this actually. So I'm not the type to wear hats, but if I ever get a hat, I'm slapping it on Pen Pen the penguin. Ooh, that sounds cute. There's a Project Sekai character who really likes penguins too. Okay, I'm busy like drawing her head, and then I forgot that the whole point was I wanted her to be eating the like upgrade material from the new update. But I think I haven't messed up too much yet. I haven't messed up at all yet, but let's put what it looks like eating here. Maybe it'll help if I first draw the actual thing that I want them to eat. Also, Sammy, when house tour? I feel like I shouldn't share too much about my house. But I will say it is a townhouse. It's a townhouse, so it's very vertical. It spans 4 floors, which sounds deceptively large, but it's actually a pretty normal sized townhome. But the 4th floor is actually where I am. It's like basically one room, and then like with like rooftop access, which is really cool for the price that we got the house at. Like, I don't know, it feels a lot fancier than what we paid for. When glasses reveal, I have revealed my glasses. I think I actually posted a picture of these particular glasses on Twitter, I think. Because before that, I was pretty much rocking the same glasses for like years. Okay, so in MYSEKAI, each of the characters has these little star fragment thingies. There, 1, 2, 3, there's 6 pointed stars, okay. And you use it to like upgrade items and like craft plushies and stuff of them. But yeah, they look like little gummy bears, so people were like, I really want to eat it. So I just thought it would be cute to have each of the characters eating their own star fragments. Oops, ad jail. All right, have fun in ads. I'll see you guys on the other side. How big should I make it? I can make it comically large. Oops, ad jail ad plays. I'm really good at timing like that. Let's see. The fragments technically have their unit logo in it. I don't know if I want to include that though. It's got like all the little like here, I'll arbitrarily pick that as the middle. And we'll just go like this first. I feel like I can round this out a little more though. Man, I really wish I could stream Animal Crossing. I started, so on the Slumber Islands, it's pretty much creative mode. Like, you can do whatever. And so since they announced the update while I was on my honeymoon, I was like, I should just recreate the island that we were on the honeymoon. So that's what I've been up to lately. It's going surprisingly well. So Sammy, how was your holidays? Tell me all about it and the details too. Oh my gosh, yeah, I haven't streamed since before the holidays, huh? Let's see. Man, that feels like so long ago. What did I do over the holidays? Christmas Eve, we were with my family. Yeah, we celebrated with my family because every year my uncle hosts Christmas at his house. So that was what we did as usual. Kai made corn ribs, which he was planning on doing for Thanksgiving with my sister, who is a vegetarian, and we were like, oh, corn ribs would be a cool, like, unique vegetarian dish, because otherwise we normally just have like green bean casserole and then like pretty boring veggies. So I kind of helped him with that. I'm notoriously bad in the kitchen, as I've mentioned before, so it was mostly Kai doing the heavy lifting, and I was kind of just there to help where needed. Yeah, they turned out pretty good, but Kai is a real sucker for corn. He really, really likes corn, so he ate like 6 individual like rib things that he made while he was making it. So that was amusing. What else? We did White Elephant, and I got some stuff that I actually ended up returning, which the cousin who brought it kind of got that with the idea in mind that it would probably be returned. But it was basically this thing from TJ Maxx. It was like a kid's sleeping bag, but it was like a mermaid tail, which is like cool and funny and gimmicky, but also like even as a joke, I was like, it's really small. I don't have anything to do with this. And because we were moving, I was like, yeah, I don't think I don't think I have any use for this. And she was like, oh yeah, don't feel offended if you need to return it. And I was like, yeah, I might. Which I always feel bad about, like, returning gifts. I know that's what gift receipts are for, but like there's like that little bit of guilt that you feel where you're like, although she herself was like, I didn't really put that much effort into it, so that made me feel a little less bad. What else? I feel like there was so much that happened over the holidays, but like, I can't remember now. On Christmas Day, oh, Christmas Day was busy because we went from, so we left home early in the morning because my parents like to do Christmas gifts as a family in the morning. So we went over to my parents' place, and then we drove a couple hours to Kai's family because his dad, or no, for Christmas, his cousin was hosting. Yeah, Christmas was at his cousin's house, I think. Or was it his uncle's house? I think it might have been his uncle's house. Because since then we've had that and we had New Year's. I think it was his uncle's house. And it was really cute because his niece is there and she's like the first baby of the family. So everyone's like all over the baby and it's really, really cute. She started crawling too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, weren't you born yesterday? How are you crawling already? Yeah, and then we went back to my family because my dad's side was celebrating Christmas as well. So we had like 3 separate Christmas things on Christmas Day, and I was so tired after. I'm debating animating it, just like a, not like anything crazy, but just like animating the mouth, like nomming, like num 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 num. I might do that. I'm like getting way ahead of myself. Normally I like sketch everything out pretty generally and then I move on to like all the little details and stuff. But I just spent so much time on the star and I have not even like started on the body. Okay, we're not gonna do anything too crazy with this anyways. It's just a little doodle. They're just doodles. And I'm like, should I draw this for all 20 of them? Once I do the first one, it'll be easy, but I'm like, do I want to do 20 of these or do I want to do just a few? Like maybe just the unit leaders or something. TBD. How big do we want the hands? Even the chibis in the game, they're like super, super simple. So I'm like trying not to overdo it. They're like little me's. Okay, let me just close this. So in the game, they're basically just shaped like this. They're basically just shaped like this. Okay, that was a little bit. They're super, super simple. So let's use that as a guide. I honestly have not drawn. Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring water up here, and now I have to go down 2 flights of stairs to get water. You know, there's worse things to complain about. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm back. Oops. No, not oops. That was my fault. I meant to grab that before, but that's why we're streaming. We're trying to figure out what I need to remember for next time. Okay. Okay, her arms need to be longer than that. Let's see. Okay, that might be too long. That might be a good length. Dun, 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 dun. This is Stardew. I did briefly get back into Stardew a little while ago. Honestly, it might have been a year ago now, actually, now that I think about it. Is the new place closer to work or farther? Technically, it's a little bit farther. But because I work from home most of the time, it's not a huge deal. It just means that when I do go in, it's like an extra 10-15 minutes. Because I normally take the train into work anyways, and I'm not gonna lie, it already takes quite a while. So I am grateful that I work remotely most of the time. But with how long my commute is, I'm like, well, it's another 10 minutes. And because I'm on the train, it's not like I'm driving the whole time, so I can't really complain. I mean, I can. I do complain quite a bit. So yeah, a little bit farther for me. But I think any closer would have been a lot more expensive. Like, if we could have moved, or if we could have found a place closer to where I work, because where I work is actually really close to where my parents live too, then we totally would have, but we were a little bit priced out. But yeah, I don't mind. I like this place. Maybe one day we can afford to move closer, but honestly, the fact that we have a house is already like, it feels so mind-blowing to me. Like I said, I really thought this would be a milestone for like 2026 to 2027. What about Kai's job? Kai, I actually don't know if it changes that much. It just, because he can take a different like freeway to work, or I guess it would have been the same one, but like his commute actually, I don't think it changes that much, because his was already kind of like north of where we were, and we kind of just moved from just west of it to just east of it, so his commute doesn't change too much. But also same thing where like we both work mostly remotely, so it works out. Which is also good that this place has this extra like space up top, because technically it's a 2-bed. The other bedroom right now is where Kai's setup is, and then we have this like little rooftop space, and it's not like a huge space, but it's enough for me to set up my desk and stuff. So this is where I'm working, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And then Cassie is so excited to have all this space to run around. We weren't sure how she would be with the stairs, because technically I don't think she's seen stairs before. And I saw so many videos of people like being like, oh look, my apartment cat like got moved into this house and she doesn't know how to use stairs. So we were kind of not sure how she would handle it, but she handled it really well. She goes up the stairs faster than me and Kai too. She just goes running. Do you hear Kai when he gets loud? So that's one thing that I'm getting used to. I don't hear him as much. When he gets really loud, I still hear him, but I don't think we're gonna hear him on stream anymore. He's actually not in the house right now. But next time I stream while he is home, we'll see if you can hear him. But yeah, it's so quiet. Like there have been times that like he leaves and I don't even realize he leaves until he texts me. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm picking up food right now, and I'm like, oh, when did you leave the house? So it's a little bit weird because before, you know, we were in an apartment. There's like two rooms basically. And so like if anyone leaves or comes in, it's hard to miss. And like also like essentially it was like the living room and kitchen were kind of one open space at the apartment, and then there's the bedroom and the bathroom, and that's about it. So like if I don't know where Kai is, if he's not in the room that I'm in, I'm just like, oh, he's in the other room. He's either like if I'm in the bedroom, he's in the living room, or vice versa, or the bathroom. Now it's like, oh, there's upstairs, there's the main bedroom, there's the second bedroom, there's it's a 2.5 bath. So there's like, oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Which one? So there's a lot more space to kind of get lost in. It's a little weird. Oh, also, so the community we moved into, it's like I said, it's a new construction. It's still being developed. So everyone who lives here right now also just moved in really recently. Like I don't think we have an immediate next door neighbor, but we have met like the people across from us and stuff like that. And the people across from us, they also have a cat. And Cassie only recently noticed that cat for the first time because there's like one window in the living room where you can see it's like a balcony area. Um, but like most of the time the cats aren't really in that area at the same time. Like even for us, we've only seen the cat like 2 or 3 times. But Cassie saw the other cat the other day, and we adopted her from like one of those like not kitten cafes, but it's like a kitten like play area where you can like play and interact with the kittens. And then if you want to adopt, then you can. So Cassie did grow up with a lot of cats around, but it's been a while since she's seen another cat. So she saw the other cat in the window, and like you could tell she was like not sure how to react. She was staring out the window, just not moving for a while, and then she just ran upstairs. She was like, "Nope, I'm not having it." We're like, "Okay, that might be a bit of an adjustment." I think it would be so cute to have like kitty play dates though. We'll see. I know not all cats are into socializing with other cats. And Cassie is through and through an indoor cat. Okay, let's get another arm in here. I would have debated putting fingers on this, but in the game they don't have fingers either, so I don't mind as much. Also, if I'm using this as a template, that should be fine actually. I think I'll round out this part too. I'll draw the whole thing because I might animate the mouth. I'll probably clean up this line work too. I was debating leaving it. Sometimes I like leaving the pencil sketch look, but I think I'll probably just go ahead and line it. Okay, she's got like kind of her jeans cut off there, and then she's got her tennis shoes. Boom. Boom. Like that. Ready for my Christmas adventure? Ooh, yeah, I do want to hear about your Christmas adventure. I want to hear about everyone's holidays. And New Year's. I realized that last year, Kai and I started New Year's with Taco Bell. And so I was like, wow, we started the year with Taco Bell and we ended the year married and with a house. So I think I made a TikTok or something being like, hey, Taco Bell sponsor me. Not actually, I didn't actually say that, but my sister said I should, she was like, oh, you should get Taco Bell to sponsor you. And I was like, I'll post about it. I'm not gonna be like, sponsor me, because like, what are we sponsoring here? I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think the whole face needs to come down. Let me separate that. Maybe the eyes need to be bigger too. Should the mouth come down? Maybe. Ooh, okay, let's see. As always, Christmas presents in the morning, and this year I did all present wrapping for my older brother and a few presents for my older sister. As always, drama happens on Christmas Day, and this year my little brother spilled cranberry juice on my older sister's Xbox controller, and that started a whole giant argument between her and my dad, but my mom made prime rib for dinner, and as always, it was amazing. Wow, that is pretty crazy. Prime rib does make things better though. Actually, that does also remind me, so I mentioned that we played White Elephant, or we had White Elephant at my, what do you call it, at my family's Christmas. So my sister brought a harmonica, which at the end she got stolen from, so she ended up with the harmonica that she brought herself. However, she got really into trying to play Piano Man on the harmonica. And so when we showed up to do Christmas presents in the morning, my sister, so one sister was like wrangling my parents' dogs and trying to put Christmas hats on them, and my other sister was standing in the middle of the living room playing the harmonica, and she was like, guess what song I'm playing? And I'm not gonna lie, it took us quite a while to figure out what she was playing, and she had to give us a lot of hints. But yeah, she spent the whole day playing Piano Man on the harmonica. And this year's presents, lots of Yuri manga, a few snacks, and a new PS4 controller. Ooh, exciting. Part of our Christmas present was the fridge that we have, which just got installed. Oh my gosh, that was a whole thing. So we ordered it from Costco, right? Because, you know, Costco appliances tend to like be on sale and stuff. So we ordered a fridge, a washer, and a dryer from Costco. And then they came to install it, and then they were like, oh, actually, this is a 4-man job, and we only brought 3 people today, so we're gonna have to reschedule it. I was like, okay, fine, we'll reschedule it. Like, it sucks, but it's fine because we're still living at the other place too. Like, our lease at the other apartment doesn't end for a while. So we're like, it's not the end of the world. So we rescheduled it for the following weekend. And the next weekend they show up with 3 people again. And then they say the same thing. I think they installed the washer dryer that time, but they were like, oh yeah, it's a 4-man job and we only have 3. And I'm like, that's what you said last time and you still sent 3 people. What the heck? So we're like, okay. And then also they were like, oh, the fridge is also damaged. And we were trying to figure out, like, we can't prove it, but we were like, there's a decent chance that they broke it so that they wouldn't have to try to install the fridge with 3 people. But I don't know. For the sake of whatever, we'll ignore that part. So they're like, you need to get a replacement, and then we need to come back with 4 people. So I'm like, okay, kind of annoying that twice in a row you guys sent 3 people to tell us it's a 4-man job, but you know, whatever. And so we reschedule it, and the night before, I'm like, I'm gonna call them. And I was like, I called customer support, and I was like, hey, here's my order number. Just confirming that 4 people are gonna show up to my house to install this fridge, right? And it was like a 24-minute phone call. And after a while, they were like, yeah, we didn't see a note about 4 people, so we have to reschedule it if you want 4 people, because you didn't leave a special note about having 4 people. I was like, I didn't realize I had to because the first 2 times I was told that you would come back with 4 people because you were already telling us it's a 4-man job and we only have 3 people. So they had to push it back again. That was 4 separate attempts to get this installed. And then the day of the installation, I guess they went with a different delivery service, like a different delivery company. And they came with 2 people. And the 2 people were able to install it. And I'm like, man, props to these 2. But 3 separate times, they were like, oh yeah, we're not sending 4 people, but they're probably going to tell you need 4 people. Like, that's just wasting everyone's time. So I don't know. It was a ridiculous experience. But we have a fridge now. As of I think Thursday is when they installed it. It was supposed to be installed originally like 2 weeks ago. So there's that. But we have a fridge now, so I can't complain. A 4-man job if your company is full of half men. Honestly, that's what it felt like. Like they sent 3 people who couldn't do it, and then in the end, it was 2 people who did it, and they did it so fast. They did it in like under an hour. I was up in the bedroom with Cassie because I didn't want her to get freaked out or like run under the fridge or something. Um, so Kai was downstairs with the guys, and I was watching from the window, and I was like, wow, they really installed that whole fridge with 2 people after we were told several times that they needed 4. The people who do my maintenance for my house are generally 2 people. Yeah, I feel like usually, like, I don't know, I've never watched a fridge get installed. I've seen like maintenance people come in and out, and usually it's like 1 or 2 guys. It's, whatever. But I was like, really? And like, I think the bigger thing really was just like, if they needed 4 people, why did they keep sending 3? Like, it just didn't make sense. But yeah, now we have all our appliances and we're chilling. We're good. I almost feel like the head should be bigger. Maybe that's just me though. Frick it, let's do a big ol' head. Big head. Oh wait, I missed a layer. Put that in here. Yeah, I'll probably redo all the line art for this anyways, so not super concerned. I think this part of the head though, let's really get that light bulb shape that they have on her chibi. Alright, let's just merge all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna merge all of it. And we'll just do the line art and we'll make it kind of template-y so that we can do all the characters if we want to. Sure, that's a good size. Okay, in the front will be hands probably. Do they all have long sleeves? Let's see. They actually might all have long sleeves. One of these is a little bit. Okay, some of them have slightly shorter sleeves. Oh, that's fine. Okay. I don't mind making changes here and there. It's such a simple drawing. I'm not sweating it. Like, I'm not even giving them fingers. One second, let me make sure No important texts. Okay. Cool. Yeah, my family chat tends to be popping off a lot, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything important. Like my parents stranded in an airport or something. I don't think they're coming back till later anyways. I was thinking about the Animal Crossing update because there's the hotel and then there's the Slumber Islands. And people who do have access to the Slumber Islands, because you need the Nintendo Switch like online thing, I've been like, oh yeah, I'm spending a lot more time on the Slumber Islands than I am on the hotel. And I was just thinking, like, imagine from like your neighbor's perspective, like your neighbors on the island. They're like, oh yay, our island rep, they're back. They've returned after like some people haven't played in years. Um, Only for them to sleep all day because they're on their slumber island, so they're just in a deep sleep the whole time. Last week on Saturday, I stayed up till 4 a.m. and it was fun and pain when I woke up. That sounds like a good sleep after, though. Was it pain because you slept so good after staying up till 4, or was it pain because you didn't get enough sleep? I guess that's an important distinction. One of the first days in the new house, I think Kai and I were like unpacking, and like the day before, we spent a whole lot of time moving and unpacking. We had like some people from his family come help us. Some of my family came and helped us. It was like a whole thing, right? Um, and so the next day, we were kind of just like unpacking at the house. And at some point mid afternoon, like I fell asleep. Like I don't even remember laying down on the bed, but I guess I did. And I fell asleep. And then Kai literally went to the other like bedroom, which is I should just call it his office because that's kind of what we're using it as so far, like the hobby room slash office. And he just laid down on the floor, just like starfished on the floor and fell asleep there. And we both knocked out so hard. I woke up, I didn't know what day it was, I didn't know what time it was, I had no recollection of like falling asleep. And because it's a new house, I was like, where am I? So I woke up and my first thought was, am I late for work? Like, did I oversleep for work? I checked the time. I couldn't tell if it was AM or PM. I don't even remember what time it was. Like, I think it was 3. So obviously it's 3 PM. But I was like, did I sleep through like my lunch break or something? I don't know. And it was the deepest sleep that I would like. I get sleeps when I wake up disoriented, but I don't think I've been that disoriented in a very long time. But it was a good nap. And then that's when I went into the other room to look for Kai, because my next thought when I finally like figured out what day it was and what we were up to, I was like, oh my gosh, Kai's probably like stressing and moving and unpacking, and he's probably mad at me for not helping him. And then I went in and he was knocked out on the floor, and I was like, well, if you're gonna nap, do you want to just nap on the bed? And he was like, yeah. Okay. Are the fragments color coded by their unit? No, it's their group color or like their character color. So Ichika will be blue. Okay. I'm like, do I color it before I do the rest? I don't know. I almost don't want to put lines on this. I kind of want to just render it. Or just like a deep blue. Yeah, let's just fill it in and we'll start kind of sort of rendering it. We can touch it up. I don't want it to be too crazy detailed either, because I don't really intend to do too much in general. He's probably mad at me. Oh no, Kaidu. Yep, that's exactly what it was. I was like, oh my gosh, he's probably stressed out, because he gets stressed and overwhelmed, but he like kind of not keeps it to himself, but he bottles it up a little bit, in the sense that he won't tell you what's wrong, but he'll make it clear that he's like frustrated. So I was worried it was something like that, where he's just like kind of dragging his feet and kind of in a mood. But nope, he was just kaput. He was just knocked out. Let's see, alternatively, I could... I'll use this color. Okay, hope this turns out well. I'm kind of winging it. Maybe. Your legless cat is jumping like it ate a bouncy ball. Does it need a visit to the vet? Your legless cat is jumping like it ate a bouncy ball. I feel like there's a pun in that, but I can't think of what it is. Also, ayo. But anyways, welcome in. I'm still trying to figure out. Your legless cat is jumping like it ate a bouncy ball. Does it need a visit to the vet? What does that mean? Sammy, look to your right. To my right? Oh! I forgot that was there. Yeah. Nah, it's doing okay. It's just floating there. It's just there for moral support. Can you tell it's been a while since I streamed? I don't even remember what's on my overlays. Welcome in, welcome in. Do you go by Brem? Brem MC. Yeah, this is just a little bubble cat that I drew. I started drawing these when I started streaming, just as a little, I don't know, cute little thing. I like bubbles and I like cats, so Brem is perf. Awesome. Good to know. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I hope did the fish thing work? Exclamation mark fish. I have it on, but maybe it's, huh. How come it didn't work? Let's see. Connect to Twitch. Maybe it's not working. Connect to Twitch. I don't want this to open something that, let's see. Authorize? Okay, maybe that worked. Here, let me try it. Exclamation mark fish. is on. I mean, we saw it. It opens something that reveals your real name. It is Oud Imas. No, I've been doxxed. Maybe you need to pay for a fishing license. True. Actually, Kai's family, I was not very familiar with the process of like fishing and fishing licenses and stuff, but my husband's family is a big fishing family, so I have in recent years learned a lot about uh, what goes into that. So I did used to have a fishing license. Is kind of what I'm trying to get at, but I haven't gone fishing with them in quite a while. Let's see. These star fragment things have a lot of like edges. I don't know. Like, should I just try to figure out how to best make it look all like crystally? Use a smaller brush. Yeah, I guess the fish aren't biting today. I'll have to look into that. I feel like a lot of my stuff needed to be like reauthorized when I opened up OBS today. New house struggles. I'm very happy that we have a new house, but there's a lot of things that need to get like set up and stuff. Like internet took forever to get set up, and then the whole fridge situation that I talked about, that was a nightmare. But we have a fridge now, so I'm happy now. What else? There's a lot of smart home stuff in this house, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not usually a huge fan of smart home stuff, but everything else about the house I quite like, so I will take the smart home features. Like that's something I'm willing to cave on. Not sure how I feel about this. Maybe every other one I can make like darker actually. What happened there? Congrats on getting into the 1920s with the fridge. Yeah, we made it. We made it to the new year, and we have a fridge now. And it has a water dispenser. Before, we've been running with the Brita, so we have to like fill the Brita all the time, which worked for a while, but I think it is convenient now that we don't have to like fill it anymore. Cassie gets no fish today. Wait, tell me I didn't see the message not show up. Yeah, I thought it would work. I feel I just authenticated it again. I don't know if I like need to restart it or if like maybe it got disconnected earlier because my stream crashed at the very beginning. So I don't know if like maybe that had to do with it because Seribot also got disconnected, which I think was more because of a Seribot update. I saw him like tweeting about it. So I don't know. Okay, this isn't too bad. No, I'll leave this at 15. I feel like I should put more like little fragment things in it. little, there's like the triangles that they have when you're transitioning between the scenes and stuff in the game. I'll turn the opacity down later, but for now we'll just throw out some shapes in here. And these I think I want super sharp. Sharp corners. Sharp corners. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Is probably good. Okay, let's do another one. It looks like there's like little stars in it for all the unit colors. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far though. Ah, this shape is not closed. Or should I do just little ones? Honestly, maybe this is even already good enough. Do some big ones. What time is it? 1:15? Oh, we're good on time. Kai wants to do like a late lunch, early dinner thing with some friends later. But he's at a Gundam event right now, so. I miss when Procreate used to let you like just write the number. Like you could just go like 25 and then it'll like, it would just populate. Like you just write it here. Don't have that anymore. I used to do a lot of like tutorials on TikTok for like a lot of Procreate features, like things that are just in the app but people don't know about because no one reads the user manual. And I stopped doing them because I got kind of bored of them. But now and then I see videos of people being like, oh my gosh, I just discovered that you could do this on Procreate. And I'm like, man, it's times like these where I'm like, should I get back into it? Or even just like repost some of my old videos. Be like, hey, by the way, don't forget this is a feature. It feels so like clickbaity though. Like, here's something I bet you didn't know that you could do on Procreate. I had an art like mutual who kind of leaned into that for a while, and I was like, I followed her for her art and stuff originally, and then she was like super nice, so I still follow her. But like that era of her content, I was like, I'm not I'm not digging it. Is that too bright? I don't know if this is too confusing. And it definitely looks shiny. Here. I'll keep that as an option. What if we make it like bigger? I can get behind that. turn it down a little bit. What if we have both? Here's an idea. I don't hate that. I'm gonna head out, but have fun drawing. Music game you can't rhythm properly. Rhythm game you can't stream. I swear I replaced music. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, one day I'll figure out how to stream it. I have been looking at other apps and stuff that I can use, but in the meantime, yeah, we'll do our best. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. Yeah, catch you next time. I'll try to stream during the week too. We'll see. I don't see why I won't be able to, but it's one of those we'll see, knock on wood kind of things. We'll also see how work and stuff goes. This is too much. Maybe just that one. Turn this up a little bit. Yeah, I can get behind this. I do wish you could like lower the opacity of entire groups, like on Photoshop. It would make things a lot easier. Okay, anyways, there's the star fragment thingy. Wow, I spent so much time on that. I do feel like maybe I should outline the edge a little bit. Maybe an overlay layer. You know what, also I will merge that. I think that will pretty much stay the same. That's a little too thick. Maybe that's okay. I'll just go around first and then we'll tweak it. You know who I miss? Who I hope makes a comeback in 2026? My boy Vanilla Mochi. He messaged me one day, like towards the end of the year, and was like, I was gonna stream today, but then like, I don't remember, something came up. I was like, dang it, that would have been awesome. I would have loved to have watched you stream. Are we gonna go on another year of him not using that art tablet that I got him? The art tablet that I gave him was it was something that I won in a giveaway, and at the time it was like the newest like XP pen model, and I recently saw them post like another giveaway for their new, like their now most recent model, and I'm like, wow, the thing that Vanilla Mochi has is no longer the newest like version of that. Like that's how long it's been. Okay, I think that looks pretty solid. Spent a lot of time on that, but it's okay. It means the rest of it will go a lot smoother. Okay. Let's draw her head. Her squishy little head. I don't know if I made her face like too lumpy. Like Should I just make it a regular like round thing? No, I'll keep the little cheek thing, especially because if I'm trying to make it look like she's eating, I feel like that makes sense. XP Pen is having quite a good sale right now on their site if you're interested. Non-sponsored. I might look into it. I think I'm pretty used to the iPad that I have right now. I haven't used like an external tablet in a really long time, but I might look into it just out of curiosity. I like being in the know, seeing what sales and stuff are happening. Yeah, I think I tried to use the one that I got before, the one with like the display and stuff, but I think it was taking me quite a while to get used to. I don't know, something about it just felt really different than what I'm used to, which, like most things, like it's an adjustment. It takes some time to really get used to any kind of program or whatever, but yeah. I'm a stick to what I know kind of person usually. I say that, but I feel like there's a lot of things that like where that's not the case for me. Cuz I mean like drawing even I've been drawing for as long as I can remember and like I've actually, the transition to digital was quite a while for me because I my first attempt to draw digitally was freshman year of high school when I was taking a multimedia art class, which was primarily focused on like learning to use Photoshop and like creative Adobe tools and stuff. Um, but they had drawing tablets in that classroom, so I would like grab them and use them and stuff. And it took me a while to get used to. And I had a drawing tablet that I had gotten for my birthday, I think that year too. Um, I I practiced on it for a while, but it like I don't know, I just couldn't get used to it for a while. So I did put it down for a bit. I brought it with me to college and was trying to use it more then too, like as a freshman in college. But even then, I was spending a lot more time drawing like directly into my notebook, just traditional media for a while. And it wasn't until 2019 that I got an iPad for my birthday, and it was supposed to be for school. But then Kai convinced me to get Procreate because, I told him I'd seen lots of Procreate videos in the past, and so I knew that if I did want to get into it, that's what I wanted to use. Uh, because it's a really intuitive app. It's really straightforward. It's beginner friendly. Um, and but you know, I was kind of trying to justify, like, should I spend money on this? Because at that point, and even now, I don't really like spending money on myself. But Kai was like, you know, whatever, I'll do it. It's like $10. And so he bought Procreate for me, and the rest is history. I started doodling, I started drawing, decided to start posting stuff on Instagram. I was doing a lot of those like draw this in your style challenges. And I started posting them, and they were really shitty at first, don't get me wrong. Like, there were some growing pains, needless to say. But you know, and then COVID happened, and so a lot of people were getting into digital art. So I found a pretty big community of people, like both in my area and like pretty far away, but who are all in the same boat of like, oh, we're trying to figure it out. And it was great until like, I mean, like, it was great, and it got me to start my Etsy shop because a lot of people were starting Etsy shops. And then so it's like, oh, you should do it too. And so I had a lot of advice and a lot of people in my court for that. But then it kind of sucked as we came out of the pandemic, and everyone who picked it up during the pandemic was like, you know what? I'm actually not into this. It was a pretty temporary hobby. And then, like, half the people that I used to talk to regularly about this kind of stuff just sort of disappeared. As like to this day, I'm still kind of sorting through inactive Instagram accounts on my following list just to kind of get rid of the imposter syndrome that comes with it. Some of the people that I like really like bonded with, I keep, even though it says like indefinite hiatus on their account. But yeah, there's a lot of people who like disappeared or like even just deleted their account altogether, where I'm like, you know, I hope they're doing well. I don't know. A lot of these people I'll probably never talk to again, though. I prefer the physical medium of art, but I absolutely love doing glass artwork. I hate getting glass shards in my finger. That sounds painful. I have not done much like glass stuff. I try to be crafty sometimes, but I will admit I'm not the best at it. It's pretty hit or miss. It either works out really well, or it's like it really looks like just a bunch of paper and stuff glued together. Um, yeah, one thing that I'm really bad at that people are always surprised about for some reason is painting. Anything with paint, like physical paint, I don't know why. I just struggle with it. I think that's always been the case too. Just like paint is my kryptonite. I imagine most people would hate that. Yeah, I agree. I don't think glass and fingers is an enjoyable thing for anyone. I'm like making all these new layers, but most likely I'm just gonna keep it all in the same color anyway, so it's not like it'll matter for the line art. We'll see. Or I can just merge it all together. It's got that side of whimsy. I still did have my, or I still have my glass mosaics I did in high school. Oh, cool. I didn't do glass ones, but I remember in elementary school, one of the parent teachers, like, she did the, she hosted the book club at our school when I was in like fifth, fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade, maybe even younger. I might have been younger actually. Um, that might have been third grade. She had she actually passed away. She had a heart attack, which really sucked. She was really young, and her daughter was a year below me. But I remember we had like the school picnic, and we all made little mosaics with the little like plastic jewels and stuff. We put them in little like things of like concrete, like little stepping stones, pretty much. And we had this new butterfly garden, and so we made a bunch of mosaics and we put it there. I actually don't even know where in the school it is, but I would love to go see it again. I did glass, painting, drawing, and ceramics in high school. Ooh, cool. We only had, I think my school, there was a lot of visual art stuff, but I think a lot of uh, our school's focus was performing arts because we had a historic theater as part of our like high school campus, and so we had a lot of like equipment and stuff and like fancy resources for the theater program. So they would have a musical every year, and it was like a huge community thing. Like all the elementary and middle schools would have a field trip to go see the musical, and it would be almost like regular community theater where the show is like they do it every day for like 2 weeks or something so that people can come see it. It's really neat. Yeah, we had multimedia art, which was like kind of like the closest to like digital art that you could really get, um, which I already thought was really fancy. Like, I'm like, oh, what other schools would have this? But then I went off to college, and people were like, oh yeah, we had like a mechanic workshop thing and like all this other like crazy stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's fancy. I see your school's got money. I remember first time I visited Kai's hometown, I saw his high school and I was like, dang, I thought my high school was decently big. This place is huge. My school also had a theater built in. Yeah, we had like the historic theater, and then there was like a smaller theater within the campus, or like inside one of the buildings too. So there would always be like there's like the fall show that happened in what we called the little theater, and then like they would have the spring musical, which was like the big thing that they had in the auditorium and stuff. Very cool stuff. One of these days, I think I want to take Kai to see one of their productions, like whatever the high school is doing. Granted, I'm not sure if they still do it because by the time I graduated, that theater went under renovation, and it was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 year thing, and it ended up lasting really long, and they only finished it I think partway into the pandemic because they were like, oh yeah, we can like dedicate resources to like actually working on this now. um, but in that time, they did their musicals, I think in the gym, like not even the little theater. They just did it in the gym. And it was like dance performances and stuff were like a lot less cool than it was when I was there. Not to be like, oh, back in my day, but like literally that's what it felt like. Was like, oh man, we had it good. My dance group used to perform there too, so I spent quite a bit of time backstage, and my dance teacher never went back to that theater after it reopened. But I think it was also because they had some management changes that she was not happy with, or she didn't get along with the new people that took over. But we had a lot of memories backstage. Like places where the walls scribbled in, or like where the ceiling cracked because we were like doing a dance that involved like pounding on the floor, and then we pounded it a little too hard. or at the bottom of the stairs, there was this like loose, like the cap of the handrail, I guess you could call it. It opened up and there was like a hollow space, and we would always like drop random stuff in it because we were, you know, stupid little kids. We made like little wooden planes. That sounds fun. I remember in middle school, I had a woodshop class and um, we made boomerangs one time. Mine did not actually come back though. That's all I'll say. My boomerang did not work. My high school is small compared to other schools in the area. I think there weren't too many high schools in my area, but they were all, I want to say they were all relatively the same size. I will say my individual class size was smaller than the years before and after, which I only knew because I was in yearbook. So, like, I remember the yearbook teacher was like, the seniors this year don't like take up very many pages. So yeah, our class was smaller than average, but then the class after us, had a lot more people than average, I guess. Because it was usually in like the 400, like around 400 students. The class after us had like 450, 470 something, I think, and then my class only had like 370 something like that, give or take, like, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there's a big Asian community in my area, so I feel like part of why the year after us, well, I don't know, that's still a little early because the year after us and maybe the year after them, um, like a couple years, those few years were like lucky years on the Chinese zodiac or whatever, because those were the kids born around the year 2000, and the year 2000 was like not just the year of the dragon, it was the year of like the golden dragon or whatever. I don't know, it was a golden year, which I know because my sister was born in 2000, and my mom, who also works at an Asian like health clinic, she was like, yeah, all my coworkers were born at the same time or were pregnant at the same time. They were like, oh yeah, it's a lucky year to have a baby. And my mom was like, oh, I didn't know that, I just happened to be pregnant. Any goals for 2026, Sammy? I have a licensing exam that I need to take and hopefully pass, so that's a goal of mine. For streaming goals, I would like to finish that model that I started ages ago. It would be cool if I could finish that before my stream anniversary, which I believe is in March. I can't believe it's been like 9 months since I started streaming. Yeah, so we're coming up on a year. Time flies. Unsponsored Geek, hello, welcome in. Yeah, so yeah, that's a goal of mine. I guess another goal is to one day somehow stream Project Sekai. I think that would be a good goal. Maybe do some things other than art, but I think art will always be like my focus, because I don't think my goal is to like be like a huge variety streamer or anything. I'm kind of just here. If I happen to play games, it would be cool to share with people. But yeah, kind of some casual goals for the year, I suppose. Ooh, one other exciting thing, which I don't know if I talked about on stream because, you know, I've been kind of busy, but someone I went to school with actually reached out and asked if I could do trading cards for them for their wedding, because for those who don't know, I drew trading cards for my wedding as part of my what do you call it? Part of my wedding favor. And I did a lot of those on stream actually. But yeah, one of my old, not exactly classmates, she went to my high school, and then she actually became really close to someone I went to college with. And then he was at our wedding, and then one thing led to another, and she was like, hey, do you mind like making some for us too? And so they're getting married later this year, so I get to do their wedding trading cards, which I'm really, really excited about. Apparently it was year of the metal dragon. Oh, I see. Yeah, whatever it was, I just know it was like super lucky, and everyone's like, oh, you gotta have babies and whatever. And so boom, big old class of 20, I don't know, 18, 2017, 2018. My sister was class of 2019, so I want to say 2018 and 2019. I don't know. That those couple years had a lot of people in that high school class, at my high school at least. No, do we need that one? I almost kind of want to go without it. We'll go without it for now. I'll put the eyes in front of the hair. I was worried I was gonna get tired because it's been so long since I've streamed, but I'm actually feeling okay. I do gotta watch the time so that when Kai is ready to go to wherever he wants to go for food, I'll be ready. Here, I'll trim this down. I've been meaning to find more BGM too, instead of using all the same usual stuff. I feel like I have quite a few different playlists with slightly different vibes, but I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something better or a better way for me to do it instead of cycling through like the same tunes. I'm trying to be better about remembering to turn on private session when I stream music from Spotify so that it doesn't show up on my Wrapped. This year Spotify Wrapped was a lot of like calm, cozy music, and I'm like, let's be real, I don't listen to this on my own. Sammy makes Discord server when? I don't know what I would do with the Discord server is the thing. Like, I'm also not very good at using and checking Discord. But I don't know, maybe wedding trading cards? Do they get stats for battles? No, it's mostly just like for me, I just put like a lot of like little cute memories between like me and my partner. Things like, oh, when we first met, or like our first date, and like things like that. Um, Memories like me burning chicken when I tried to cook one time, or Kai drenching his we went to a farmer's market, and he had like an elote, and he put a whole bunch of, I think it was a bunch of butter or something on it, and it was like dripping all over the place. It was nasty. DMCA is my favorite genre. Honestly, that's pretty much what my Spotify said. Your favorite genre was DMCA free music. A lot of Stream Cafe. Because Stream Cafe is what I started out with, was like just Stream Cafe music. And then I found there's Slow-Fi that does a lot of covers. And then more recently, I found what is it called? Gamer something? Gamer. Let's see. Slow-Fi. Game Chops, that's what it is. And they do collabs with a lot of like producers and stuff to do like video game song covers and everything. So they have a lot of good ones. And I usually just filter through there because like if they were involved, it's usually safe to assume that like I think all the stuff that they're involved in are specifically for like streaming music. So it works out. I know I said I was gonna make it all pointy, but I kind of like how this one looks more like slightly rounded. Sure, we'll do that. You know who I want to watch more of is Vidal and Neurosama. I keep seeing their clips, especially because of the whole Hype Train record breaking that they've been doing. And I'm like, I feel like I should tune into their streams more. I think I got gifted a sub too. So, what better time to start watching them? Game Chops are awesome. Yeah, their covers like normally I don't really listen to like the the music that I stream outside of streaming. But I will say a lot of the Game Chop ones I quite enjoy. Like that I would listen to in the background of just like working on my own. Granted, when I'm working on my own, that's when I kind of usually just play my regular stuff. Like I've been listening to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter lately. Call me basic or whatever, but I've been enjoying that. And AJR had that like new album, and there's one song that for some reason like it's not even something that I can relate to necessarily, but it makes me cry. It's what is it called? A paper or a plane that never lands. I think the reason it makes me cry is because when I first listened to it, like the mood shift as it goes into the last verse, it's just so sudden. Like it felt like I got dropped. It, like the whole beginning of the song, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, I hope this plane never lands. Like, and I was like, oh, I felt like that on my honeymoon. I was like, oh, I hope this trip never ends. Right? It's all happy and cheerful. And then like third verse, it like does a whole 180. It completely changes the mood, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually quite a sad song. And then I don't know. Now every time I hear it, I just cry. At least at that like last verse, just hits ya. They know how to mess with your emotions, man. Sneaky, sneaky. It's one of those ones too, though. Like, cause sometimes with the music, like the way the music is written, even without the lyrics, it's just got a very like powerful like emotional vibe. Like I know I feel that way a lot about songs that like aren't even in a language that I understand, but like the tone of the music just kind of carries through, and I feel like that's the sign of like a really well written song is that like yes the lyrics are powerful, but like even without the lyrics you just feel what it means. You get the idea. And I feel like I can't say for sure because obviously I speak English and Plane That Never Lands is in English, but I feel like if I didn't understand it would still kind of hit me. Wow. All right. I might take a quick break just also to see where Kai is, just to make sure I can keep going. and not worry about like being late to whatever, because he said 3, but at some point he said 2, and then he said never mind 3. It's like the Cassie emote, or the Cassie eating emote. Oh, speaking of emotes, the place that we adopted Cassie from is called Mini Cat Town. They have quite a few locations throughout the Bay Area. They started streaming on Twitch. I'm gonna give them a shout out. Do I have to put at? I have a little note card with my notes for these, and I don't know where it is. I have them on my suggested like streamers on my page. Does this work? Do I have to put the at? Nope, that did not work. Let's see, shout out. I know the SO command should work. Down. Did that work? SO. Oh wait, it's a slash. It's a slash. Shout out Mini Cat Town. There we go. I totally remember how to shout people out. Anyways, yeah, they started streaming. They have a live cat cam. They've been doing it like every night. So it would be, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be live by the time I finish. They've been streaming like after they close. But yeah, they have all their little kitties. They have toys out for them. They're just learning to stream and stuff. Yeah, want to hear my New Year's resolution? I do. What's your... My New Year's resolution is to learn how to talk. What's your New Year's resolution, Blanket? My New Year's resolution is to make a new friend and then talk about so much Yuri and Manhwa that they unfriend and block me. So you're gonna befriend them and unfriend them within 2026. How long do you think it'll take once you like become friends with said person? How long do you think it'll take for them to unfriend and block you? Or are we just kind of going off of vibes? Like, we'll see. Maybe a month or 2? Gotcha. So technically, as long as you make a friend before November, then you still have time to get them to unfriend and block you. Good luck. I hope you are successful in all your year's dreams. What other new things do I have? Oh, I did install the new, like, the Twitch plugin. I saw the creator posting about it on Twitter. I think it's called Cozy Cafe, so that like when people donate bits, it'll like have little cafe things. I don't think I've had any like bit stuff in a while, but also because I didn't have an alert set up for bits, I figured I'd put that so that if it does happen, now there's an incentive for it. Because I feel bad every time people like spend bits on me. I'm like, thank you, but I don't know what to do with, or like, I don't know, like, should I do something? Should I celebrate? Like, I should celebrate, but like, I don't know. It feels like I need to give something back, and I'm never sure what. So at least now there's like a little cute animation that pops up on the screen. So now she can... Chomp. Nom 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 nom. It's more of a joke than, or more of a joke New Year's resolution, but I have been trying to tweet a little more often. Yeah, I've been trying to do that too. Oh my gosh, I had a going live notification in my drafts for today and I didn't use it. It might be a little late to tweet it now. Let's see. Oh, my phone's dying. Yeah, I don't have my phone stand. It's somewhere in a box somewhere. I swear I saw it here, but I don't know where it got put. Yeah, whatever. So my phone is at 28%. Okay, maybe that's a sign I should wrap up stream soon then. But anyways, we finished like the line art stuff. So I can always color this off stream. Maybe you'll see it on Twitter. And then maybe we'll draw all the other characters. Or maybe I will color it on stream. Maybe I'll stream again tonight. Who knows? We'll see. Her eyes look a little wonky. Something about this looks a little wonky. Maybe it's okay. It's okay. They're just little scribbles. They're just little scribble doos. Oh, perfect timing. Kai is calling. Okay, let me mute really quick. I'll probably wrap up stream soon though. Hello? Okay. Anyways, yeah, that was Kai. So that was perfect timing. I will wrap up stream right here. Let me see if anybody is live who we can raid today. Let's see. It's weird because it's a midday stream. Ah, yeah, I can see. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Ah, I feel so bad. She just came to chill on my desk finally, but I'm about to get up. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, I don't think they're gonna end soon. All right. Kelby is live. I don't think I've ever rated Kelby. But Kelby is a good friend of Eggy. So yeah, let's raid Kelby. He's playing, what is he playing? He's playing Terraria. Yeah, all right. I haven't talked to Kelby or Eggy in quite a long time. So Kelby MG. All right, thank you guys for hanging out for my first stream back in quite a long time. Not quite a long time, but in like a month, which is a long time for me, it feels like. So thank you for bearing with me. And yeah, we'll see. I'll probably try to stream during the week. I'm trying to get back into a regular schedule. So here, I'll send some raid messages. Raid, sub raid. All right, feel free to copy that and throw that into chat when we get over to Kelby. In the meantime, everyone take care. Have a good rest of your day, week, month, year. Yeah, you have a good time too. Or, yeah, enjoy your week. You enjoy your week too. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Da, da, da. All right, bye bye.